Okay, so there have been a bunch of leaks going on on like the Deadlock Reddit and stuff about upcoming characters and all sorts of things. So we're gonna get into that here. So on this first picture, here is just kind of a comparison point. If you click the show experimental heroes part here, you get to see 4 other heroes pop up, which I do believe this is 10 across, right? So that would put us at 30 heroes. But there was a image leaked from apparently some sort of like private client, and it had this many characters on it. So instead of 30 characters, it has 40 characters listed on it. Obviously, not entirely finished because there's like, here's another Paradox picture and here's another Lash picture and a Shiv. But like, we got all of Boho, Bookworm, Doorworm, Drifter, Fathom, Frank, Priest, Punko, Raven, Skyrunner, Swan, Trapper, Vampire Bat Wrecker. Whether these are all, finished names or not, probably not, because it's not finished artwork either. But we also see some art rework, like Dynamo got some art rework, and McGinnis and Lady Geist over in the corner, and Ivy's all cute now, and Pocket, and all sorts of crazy art stuff in the background. So I don't presume that all of these heroes are just like ready to go, but it does mean that they're working on upwards of like 14 characters or something crazy right now in the background, which would put it to a roster of 40. And a roster of 40 is a pretty damn good size. Like, that's like a downright big roster for the start of a MOBA, actually. So 40 heroes, if that were to be true, makes me think that we are getting closer and closer to an open beta launch of Deadlock. So that is one of the things that popped out here. We've also got some pictures that have apparently also been leaked from the client, which is some of the updated models. So we've got an updated McGinnis model here, which I can't tell if it's just this image or like the angle or whatever, but damn, McGinnis, that is a tiny head you got there, girl. But in general, a way better looking McGinnis. She's got this cool little soul catcher, behind her. She's got her giant minigun. I mean, she looks sick. Like, she looks absolutely sick. It is, in fact, Rosie the Riveter vibes. That is 100%. And then we got an updated picture of the snake themselves, dude. Look how freaking creepy that is. Look how creepy that is. Absolutely terrifying to have that slithering at you. It literally looks exactly like Zera IRL. You actually can't even tell the difference. They took his persona as a model. Exactly. So Viper getting a real glow up over here. So all of that is happening. And then there's another page which has some more angles of all of these things as well, which is another angle here at Viper with a little work in progress sticker on the back, which is freaking hilarious, by the way. Like, that is the best taste thing I've ever seen in my entire life, is a dev putting a friggin' sticky note on the back of Viper as a work in progress. It's actually so good. It's like the best taste ever. Keep it. Keep the sticky note. I mean, Viper can't reach it, dude. They can't reach it on their back, so you get to see some more of the Viper there. And then as you go further, you get a close-up on McGinnis' face. You get to see more of the details of her, which is pretty cool. So all of this stuff is apparently getting leaked out of some sort of like secret client. I guess there's like this alpha client, and then there's like a super duper alpha client or something. And so there was some leaks coming out from like content creators and stuff. Both, I think, accidentally and on purpose. to build up some hype, you know? And then this is like stuff out of the Discord. So this is like some random pictures out of the Discord. So these leaks are all months old, is one of them. Which is crazy if this is months ago that they already had all this stuff and we were waiting for it. I can't imagine how much further along they would be if that is true. Here you get a better picture of McGinnis's backside. You get to see some of that soul collecting creepy thing that she is holding. Then we get another one with a question: is open beta July real? From my sources, most likely. This checks out. This does check out, though, with a lot of the rumors. There's been rumors flying around about a July, like, summer-y open beta for a long time. So whether that's just reinforcing it or not, I don't know. But that has been a rumor for like a really long time. That's not a new rumor so much as like it was a rumor started like back in January. And the rumor seemingly continues here. This has really nothing to do with anything, but I saw another game via stream, but I don't want to screw Valve, which is funny. It is the game that you think it is. Hashtag Half-Life 3 for sure this time. And then a little haze image here at the end as well. But these are kind of all of the leaks that have been popping over on the Deadlock Reddit. You know, whether purposeful or not, it's definitely generating a lot of hype in the community. Definitely generating a lot of hype. People are getting very pumped for it. The artwork reworks, I think, are looking sick so far. You've got the potential July open beta date, which I just think, in a timeline perspective, does make sense. The way that the game has been developing and the way they've been coming along and the way that they've been pumping out like a big patch, and all of a sudden there's like the game plays entirely differently or whatever. Like, it seems that they do have the capability to generate very fast and that we're not necessarily on the cutting edge of what has been developed behind the scenes. So that makes sense to me. And then if they really do get the roster above 30, 35, pushing 40 for that as well, I think that that's plenty of heroes to have at the start of the MOBA, because you want it to be a good variety where you're playing against different characters and you're playing with different characters, but also not be too overwhelming at the start as well. So if that is true, what I would expect is that we get a decently major patch this month and then probably nothing until the open beta release. That would be my guess, is we get a big patch this month to start getting a little bit of hype. Maybe there's some like hints and stuff in it. And then another, 2 months from now or whatever, we get the actual release of the open beta. And that's when they kind of just plow everything into the game at the same time to generate a bunch of hype behind it, which would be super awesome. We've been hoping that there's going to be a summer release of the not 1.0 version, but the open beta version of Deadlock, because the game is genuinely solid. It's very bug free. There's only little things that need to be done in terms of the actual game itself, and most of it is just like tidying up some artwork. There's a couple of spots on the map that are just like not exactly right where you'll like clip on them, like fixing that kind of stuff. But the game itself, I think, is looking like it's going in a very solid direction. And I would love to see that these rumors come true. So, shout outs, because the hype is real. So I am really hoping that, this is true and not entirely made up. Some of it we know was not made up, because some of it did seem to be possibly a genuine mistake. Regarding like the heroes and stuff, I think it was Deathy accidentally brought it up. So whether or not it was accidentally brought up on purpose to generate hype, that's one thing. But the heroes seem to be legit, at least mostly, because I do believe it was actually caught in client live on stream. So obviously the Discord message aspects of it are a little bit more pushing the rumor side, because anybody can post anything in Discord. But supposedly it does combine with the previous leaks that we've seen about some other stuff as well. So more information, a little bit more reliable. But thank you guys for coming out to the stream today. I do appreciate it. And of course, thank you guys for supporting us all week long. If you'd like to support the Twitchiest community, please subscribe wherever you are watching. It is a great way to help support us. And this is basically the last 4 days that we've got with our current mobile partnership, !Masters in the chat. You can download the game to help support us. And then hopefully, I think towards the end of next week, we're going to have a new mobile game partnership to try to help generate some revenue to keep the electricity on. So thank you guys for coming out. Have a wonderful rest of your day and a great weekend. I will see you all bright and early on Monday morning. And as always, folks, have a Twitchin' day.